YouTube? It is your boy, Young Boss KG, and we're back with another video. And today, we're just gonna be talking. Gonna be 100% honest. We're just gonna be talking today. And today, it's not gonna be a positive day. Today, I think it's been 4 months since Madden came out, roughly. And I decided to make this video because before Madden even came out, I did say my thoughts on Madden 21. This was before the game even come out, and I was reading what EA put on the blog, like stuff that was coming to the game, and I said this sounds very nice, and this could be the best Madden. Oh boy, your boy lied, and he missed the mark 100%. Maybe it's just because I'm not 100% fully in the Madden community. If this year really opened me up to the Madden community a lot and helped me understand what the community is really thinking about. So me making that video, I'm gonna leave it up there, but me making that video didn't really make a good impression on myself, if I'm being honest. But today I'm gonna say why Madden 21 is just not good. It's not good, it's not okay, it's not great, it's not spectacular, it's pretty bad. And to be honest with you, I could say this is the worst Madden I've played, but I know what the worst Madden I've played, and I don't think it's this one, but we'll talk about that later. But we'll just talk about why Madden 21 is so bad. I think the first thing we always gotta talk about is gameplay for every game. First thing you always gotta talk about is gameplay. And to be honest with you, I don't see anything wrong with gameplay this year. This is my opinion. Ask anyone else, they'll probably say gameplay is bad, but to me, I think gameplay is not bad. I think it was actually pretty solid. Because last year in Madden 20, the run was overpowered. This year, the run is not overpowered, and I like that. It's kind of balanced. Defense. If we're talking about defense, I think the only kind of defense on this is current gen. I'm talking about current gen, by the way. If we're talking about defense, man defense is very, very good. If you see me play, like on Ultimate Team, I play a lot of man defense, and I do sprinkle in a couple of zones, but man defense is the way if you want to play defense. You just gotta get good players, make some adjustments, maybe add maybe 1 or 2 zones for the corner routes, but man defense is pretty good. Zone defense, as it has been in every Madden that I've played so far, it's not been really that good. Sometimes the zone plays very well, and I'm seeing it, but then most of the times the zones is just not doing really anything. They're either not stepping up or not stepping back, and I can't really do anything about that. So zones are not the best. On offense, running the ball is fine, passing the ball is fine. I think it's pretty balanced. I am actually really running the ball a lot more this Madden than I think I've ever done. Because I remember Madden 17, like 18, I would always pass the ball. This year I'm being more balanced and not one-dimensional. So I think that's good, and I think the gameplay shows it too. Now, after gameplay, I'll say presentation-wise, this Madden was better than last Madden, but I think it still can be improved upon. And what I mean by that, last Madden presentation-wise, I felt like when you loaded up to the game, like how we saw the presentation in the video you just saw a couple minutes ago, I think that's much better than it was last year. Last year was kind of bland, and it kind of had like the same, every time I played it kind of had like the same music every time I loaded up. And after a while I thought it was alright, but then after like a month or so, I just kept on trying to skip them because it kind of got boring. This year's, they're a little bit better. They got different music. They got like different like scoreboards, different like layouts. When you just saw on the screen a couple minutes ago after the replay, different kind of replays. I like this stuff. This stuff looks very good. I actually really like this stuff. But you know, maybe it could be better upon like more like attention, not attention to detail, but maybe like more diversity. Like maybe like a different commentators. I feel like different commentators. I'm not saying these commentators are bad, but I think more commentators will make the game much better. This is my opinion. Not really much to talk about presentation. I think it's okay, but it could be better. Now, let's go by game modes. And we will start off with the positives first. We always start off with the positives. So, I know what I'm gonna say is gonna get like people who are like diehard franchise modes, people who like play franchise kind of mad. But I think the only mode that I'm like really having fun with, and I have this every year, is Ultimate Team. And you might think, oh, he's one of those people who ultimately can spend like $1,000 on Ultimate Team. And that's not me. To be honest, I don't even spend that much money on Ultimate Team. It's not that hard to have a good team without spending money. I think I only spend like maybe $50 on Ultimate Team. This is unlike how 2K has it, where microtransactions is everything. There are still microtransactions in Madden, but you don't really need to. That's just only for packs and cards. Microtransactions in 2K is everything from clothes, overall, boost, that's everything. Ratings. So that's microtransactions, excuse me. But for Ultimate Team, it's not that much. It's only really for packs. If you want to do a pack video, which I'm not really a fan of that. I don't really buy a lot of packs. I usually just don't even get a lot of packs. I usually do solo challenges, solo battles, and get some online games once in a while. And it's not that hard. I really only spent $50. I have a 91 overall team. And you can't say it's not hard to do that. It really isn't. You just gotta spend a lot of time on it. And I feel like that's a good mode if you just don't spend a lot of money. I don't like when people spend a lot of money on the mode. It's just a waste of time. You could really do it without no money, but hey, I can't tell you what to do, so I'm just gonna keep doing it the way I do, because I might not have the best team, but I still have a team that'll bring your team to shame. And there's also a lot of content that bring the Ultimate Team every year. I think ever since like Madden 17, since I started playing Madden, there's always been a good amount of content, and I feel like after every year, I feel like they bring more content and more cards, and I'm liking it. The new players, rookies, more legends, team of the week, team of the year, playoffs, which is promo that's going on right now. We had Halloween promo, the Christmas promo, and that stuff was nice. I did enjoy all that stuff. So I'm also happy that Madden is sticking to that stuff for Ultimate Team, and that's pretty much it for Ultimate Team. Now, that was all the positives. Everything else is probably going to be negative. So what the biggest negative about Madden 21, and this kind of hurts me, is franchise mode. Now, to be honest with you, I have not playing Madden for that long, about 4 years. So I haven't played. I played a good amount, I think, but I'm not fully experienced as these other Madden people, like older people. They have more experience than me. But to be honest, when I first started playing Madden franchise mode, I really thought that it was the nicest thing of Madden. I think, taking a team over and doing it my way was the best thing. Then I started like watching YouTube about how Madden franchise mode was so good back in the day. And I watched some of those videos, and I'm just like, why is this not in Madden today? And I just don't know. but we'll talk about that in another video. Madden 21 franchise mode is the same as Madden 20, and they didn't really touch on big stuff. They really touched on the small stuff, like ratings, maybe new coaches and stuff like that. Just nothing was changed. They did say they were gonna change some up, and those updates, there were some updates. They said there were gonna be 3 coming out this year. 2 actually dropped, and to be honest with you, I think they're okay. Nothing to like brag about, but at least they're sticking to their word and changing up and sticking to their promise that they were gonna add stuff to franchise mode. They added a lot of stuff to commissioner stuff. You can undo free agency, signings. There's a quarterback logic in the draft. I don't want to get into those stuff, but I'm pretty sure you've seen or read them on YouTube. And a new playoff bracket. Player stats have been better, which kind of should have never been added in the first place. It should already be there. Player stats, to see the stats yearly and the team they play for. That stuff should already be there, but I don't know why. We're not gonna talk about it. Yeah, but besides that, Madden 21 franchise mode is the same. It's really not changed. The only thing, the stuff I said, and maybe the layout's a little different, but besides that, it's the same. I did say I wasn't gonna play Madden 21 franchise mode, and I did that for like a good month or 2, and then I kind of missed it just because of how franchise mode is. But after like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I kind of felt like it's the same. I can't really do any content, even content that I'm not even posting, but just content that I just want to have fun. It's just not different enough. It's kind of the same. It kind of bums me out a little bit, so I can't really do anything about that. So yeah, it's kind of sad. I'm hoping for Madden 22 that they stick to the word and add new scouting and coaching staff. That would make it much better, make it more detailed than it already is. And I'm hoping, please EA, that you please listen to what we have to say and do not mess this up. Alright, now the second saddest bad thing about the modes in Madden 21 is face of the franchise. Now, to be honest with you, I was very disappointed when, after like maybe a month or maybe a month and a half after franchise mode, face of the franchise, because I just felt like the story, first of all, the story wasn't that good. It was kind of weird a little bit. Like I get like we get to be in high school, but I don't know why Tommy Matthews has a heart condition and he's playing football in the first place. I mean, I like that you want to play football and all, but like safety, man. I don't know. And then like there's an option where you tell him to sit and he like gets mad at you, and then you tell your coach about his condition. Like I don't know. It was kind of weird. And in high school, and the story wasn't great. Every game we played was too easy. I felt like I could have scored 50 points. I scored like 50 points every game, and I kind of basically done it with my eyes closed. It was that easy. It really wasn't a challenge, and I felt like that's okay for newcomers, but for people who are like dead on experienced, who play the games for like as much as I have, 3+ years, they want a challenge, and you can't really just put everything on rookie. I feel like everything was on rookie in college and high school, and yeah, I think the college story was okay. And the only thing I don't really give this like the number one like bad thing about the modes is because I think the NFL storylines, because there was multiple NFL storylines which I did like, The only bad thing about it is like you didn't play every single game. You usually only played your rivals or a random team in the playoffs. You skipped most of the weeks, which I don't like because you don't know if you did good like during when you sim. And the games that I played good in them, but like near the end of the year, there was like a guy who like was saying that my guy did bad, and I don't know what that means. That's why I kind of didn't like that because he said my guy had a bad year, but I only played like 2 games. Like I only played 2 games. The other games were just sims, so I don't know how good I did. That's kind of a bummer. I didn't like that really. And there was also a thing like you really only stayed with that team only if you didn't get cut from the team. You couldn't go in free agency, what kind of made me mad. That's kind of why I like a career mode, so you can decide what team you want to go to. I don't want to get released and then have to either pick or my agent or I just find a chance. I want to be in free agency and go to a different team. Like, why can't I do that? I don't know why it's not in there. It just really frustrated me. It wasn't the full experience I wanted. It was an improvement from last year because last year's was so simple and bland. This had more detail, but still was kind of bland, and just the fact on how it was all room together, like how it all connected together. But I just don't know. So we did franchise mode, face of the franchise, and next would probably be Superstar KO. And to be honest with you, I played a good amount of Superstar KO last year. This year, ever since like the first week of Madden, I have not. The first like week I got Madden, I played a little bit of Superstar KO. I haven't played it since. And it's not that the mode is bad, like, at all. It's just they haven't done anything. They didn't touch it. They didn't add any more content. Last year in Superstar KO, I played it, told you a good amount, but they added more content to it, which I liked. This year, they haven't really touched it at all. They haven't really done any content. They really haven't added any players to it. They really haven't added like any, like maybe a different like rule setup or anything. Like I think there was house rules last year in Super Psycho. They haven't added any of that. So I'm just like, I don't know why it's there if you haven't really added anything. I do like the mode, it's just they haven't really done it, so I haven't really been touching it. It's kind of just the same as 20, just, I don't know, better gameplay. I don't know. I can't really touch much on Superstar KO because I haven't played it that much. That's really been a downfall. Now the only mode, I know this is the bad tier of modes, but to be honest, this is a mode that I actually played a good amount at first. Then I started not to play a little bit, but recently I've been playing a lot more of it. I played it against my friend, I think a week ago, and it's the yard. To be honest with you, the yard could be something good if they do it right. If you ever play 2K, you know the park. I think it's just kind of the same. It doesn't have the same format because it's basketball, football. But I think if you put it in the right direction, if you make it in the right way, it could be the same mode. Like, I don't think it's that hard to do that, but we'll see what EA does. To be honest, I think it's been a very fun mode. I don't know why I have it at the bad tier of modes. Maybe it's just because after a while it kind of got, I wouldn't say annoying, but just not like entertaining enough for me. I mean, it's not like they haven't added any content. They've been adding a couple like places. They haven't been doing that. Kind of like stuff they did for Superstar KO. They did the stuff for the yard, but I'm pretty sure they're doing much more stuff for the yard, like more gear, a couple more places, sponsors. They've added people. I like that stuff. They can do that. I have no problem with them adding content to it. But I feel like they're adding a lot more content than they did in Superstar KO, which I'm fine with. But I feel like that shouldn't be the main thing. There should be there should be at least 2 or 1 more thing ahead of that, if you know what I mean. But I guess that's fine with that. And to be honest, that's really it for Madden 21 I could say. Really, that's all the modes. And I just feel like I don't have a next gen console, so I can't really say on next gen. I've heard that it's even worse on next gen just because of the defense and how zones don't work. It's even worse, and also man doesn't work. So defense is really hard on next gen with different player movements. So I'm not gonna touch on that. But I hope you guys like this video. I really do. If you guys liked it, please put a thumbs up. And if you are new, please subscribe. And I will have some more videos like this, just talking. This is gonna be my second one. I thought the first one did pretty well, so I decided after a while of playing Madden that I should have done this. And if I give Madden 21 a grade so far, I'm gonna be honest with you, it might be like a 3 out of 10 or like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. And that might be low when you're saying, Brian, that's probably like the worst grade you've given a Madden. And that's not true. I think Madden 19. I think that was the worst Madden I played. I'd probably give that like a 1 or a 2. Because you could not run the ball on Madden 19. And that was probably the worst Madden I've ever played. This Madden, it's kind of playable. But there's still some things that make it worse. But Madden 19 overall was just horrible. I just never wanted to play that again. I think that was the year when 2K19 and Madden 19 came out, where I was playing more 2K than Madden. And then Madden 20 came out, I played more Madden than 2K. And then this year I've been playing more Madden than 2K. It is what it is. But Madden 19 was not good, so I played more 2K than Madden. So I hope you guys really like this video. I hope you have a nice day. Stay safe out there, and I hope everyone in your family is doing good. Please support me. I've been trying very hard. I know I haven't been doing a lot of content recently. I've been busy, man. School is not easy, man. School is definitely not easy, and I've been working real hard trying to talk with my family and everything. I hope you guys are doing safe. I hope you guys have a nice day.